We're good.
Let's go! What's up, guys? It's William Rupp here with the Night Ghost and Evan Hand. As you can see, I quickly left out of here. I had to zoom up the road. I tackled a drunk G to the ground, and all of his stuff fell, and he is passed out. He might have hit his head. I wasn't sure, but he was like moving around a little bit when I left, so he was still breathing. So that's all I know. So the rest of us will carry on after I tackled the mountain and I zoomed back down the street in my Mini, back home, and here we go. So let's just finish this. Ghost, as we were talking about before, the trade deadline came up in the NBA, and there was a lot of moves, some big ones with Harden. I didn't think it was going to happen. I know you don't really get into basketball a lot, but I've seen you've been betting it in the chat later at night and stuff like that. And I know you're a fan of of NBA and everything. What do you think of the trade?
I think the biggest surprise for me was less about Harden. I mean, we've talked about that before. We knew that he wanted out. I think I was more surprised by the non-moves and Portland's move. I was a big fan of Lillard and McCollum. I don't follow basketball as much as you guys, so I usually tend to watch guys I like, and watching McCollum and Lillard together were part of my favorites. But I'm also more surprised we've talked about with the Knicks too, that they did nothing. They did nothing. The Lakers did nothing.
Yeah, Lakers and Knicks were huge. I mean, I don't know what was going on. I don't know what they did.
If the Knicks went out and traded for Westbrook, I probably would have started watching them a little more. I've had zero interest in them for the past few years, and the Lakers too. I mean,
So from what I heard about the Lakers is their front office just said, listen, basically to LeBron, this is the team that you put together. This is the team you wanted. This is the team you assembled. We're not putting any more money into this. We're not mortgaging any more of our future, because I think they know that LeBron is going to be gone in 2 years or whatever it is. If he really wants to play with his son, he's just going to sign 1-year deals and be gone. So they don't want to mortgage their future for right now, when he even said the other night after the Milwaukee game, we don't have the team. Right. So when your star player says that, and the funny thing is he's having his best offensive and statistical season of his career, basically, and they're still not winning.
It's amazing how one person can affect the chemistry of the trait of a team, and that's what we've discussed Westbrook has done, and the fact that he's still there. What can we say?
I mean, he didn't play the fourth quarter the other day. He's upset about his minutes. They're sitting, and he missed his first game of the year. I mean, it's insane. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I was surprised about Porzingis. The Porzingis got traded from Dallas. I was a little surprised about that. They're saying there were problems between Porzingis and Luka. So I'm surprised that happened. And it was kind of a salary dump because Porzingis is making a shitload of money. So I was definitely surprised about that other teams didn't go after Porzingis. Maybe they didn't even know he was on the block. But I think that's a good trade.
Yeah, talk about what you brought up before about the championship odds. To see that the Nets are still the favorite, I don't see how losing Harden and bringing Simmons in actually helps them or keeps them level where they were. We noticed that the Sixers odds changed significantly from about 1250 down to 3,400.
Yeah, cut more than in half.
Still plenty of value on that line right there.
Yeah, I mean that's definite. I still can't believe how the Nets are favored to win. Durant comes back after the All-Star break, which is going to help him. We don't even know what kind of shape Simmons is in. If he's in game shape, if he's been practicing, if he's been running, if he's just been sitting at home. Is he still a little mental? I mean, I'm sure the Nets went through all of that stuff before they made the trade. But, I mean, as a fan, I don't know.
Let's talk about mental health. Here's a guy who was and his mental health was an issue when he's in Philly, but now all of a sudden he's supposed to be ready to go for Brooklyn. You know, we talk a lot about mental health on here, and Osaka and Simone Biles in the past. And it's just, I'm sure people who are really, truly going through mental health issues, have offense with the way that these superstars and these athletes are using that as an excuse.
Yeah, listen, I totally agree. So, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see how everything pans out with the Nets. And I'm surprised, like you said, the Knicks didn't make a trade. I don't know what they're doing. They beat the Warriors last night. I was talking to Tommy. The Warriors are on a little bit of a, even though they had won 9 out of their last 10, they lost to the Knicks at home last night. They didn't look good. Klay Thompson missed the last shot of the game. I had them in parlays. I hedged, but that was ridiculous. I don't know how you lose to the Knicks at home. With no Draymond has that. He thought it was a calf problem, but it's something in his back that's doing a nerve all the way down to his calf, which is not good. So that 2-week injury turned into a 2-month injury. And I don't even know if Draymond's going to be back at all the rest of the season, because that's something very serious. And they need Draymond to make a run in the playoffs.
They do. I surprised a lot of people say he's one of the most overrated players in the NBA, and I think he's an underrated value to that.
I'm with you.
He may not be a superstar player that's going to be a top player in the league anywhere else, but he has a role in that team. He knows how to fill it, and he knows how to help them win. And without him, they are not the same team. And I was surprised when Klay came back that they were still plus 500 to win the championship. But if they don't have Draymond for the end of the season, for the playoffs, I don't see how that would have any chance.
Yeah, I mean, his defense is spectacular. He's one of the best defenders in the league. And he's probably one of the best passers in the league. He's so underrated on his passing that he can rack up 10 assists. He can get a double-double on his rebounds and assists alone without even getting the points. So, I mean, I like him a lot. That's going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough for them to do anything. So, moving on, as I've been saying, guys, I do a lot of my props now later in the game. I put together same-game parlays, everything else, because they're announcing a lot of guys out. All-Star break is coming up next weekend, so a lot of guys are resting before the break. But there have been, if you've been noticing the games, the teams that are favored to win have been favored to win they're winning by a lot. There's a lot of blowouts going on. The Sixers tonight are favored by almost 14. The Hawks are favored big, and the Jazz. I mean, these are going to be some big blowouts, so it's hard to take any players in those games because you don't know what's going to happen, if they're going to play the fourth quarter at all, if they're going to do anything. But I saw something I liked. I did it last night, and he didn't hit because he got into foul trouble. Isaiah Stewart, Detroit, over 9.5 rebounds. I like that. The Hornets, we bet against them all the time on rebounding. So I'm going to take Isaiah Stewart over 9.5 rebounds. I think he should get that easily. The Hornets, with their rebounding woes and everything. So that's what we're going to take. I like that a lot. And Healy's not here today for his NBA input. And everything else, guys, you're going to have to sign up. 4dbets.com. We have a lot of promos or whatever running now, 45% off if you use the code. So sign up now. Everything is hitting. Our DFS product is killing it. I mean, Ghost, how much money have they been winning in DFS?
I mean, I wish I had Healy's skills to be able to do what he does in NBA. I don't think I've ever seen someone do it like him. And the best part about Healy and what he brought to 4Deep in the company is the people that he brought with him. It's not just him. Ben Hancock, Aber, Price Wallace. This is an amazing DFS team, and everyone here works hard. They put everything together. I've never seen our subscribers. People have never known what DFS is before. The women in our chat, the $1 players, the $2 players. That's what I love about this community is everyone here fits in, whether you're a 50 cent to $1 player up to $1,000 to $10,000 player. Everyone here works as a family and they work as a whole. And that's what Healy and this team brings to this company.
Yeah, I agree, man. I totally agree. And their players are coming over to the gambling world. I've been chatting with a couple people in chat who've never gambled before, and they've been asking me every night for advice on hedging and everything else. And, you know, a couple people get overwhelmed because there's too many bets, and there's something like, guys, take it easy. You know, just do it. Keep your units. And then, our bets are suggestions, a lot of what we could do. You guys should also do some of the research on it too. Do some of the research. Maybe you don't like that guy a lot, but you're on the fringe on him, and you say, oh, Bill Rupp's on him. All right, I'm going to take him. But do some of your own. Just don't dive right in. Look look online, look through stuff, start doing research. That's how you learn. And ask every one of us in the chat. I return the DMs right away. I know Ghost does. He has a lot of them with doing all the back end stuff. But any questions, just come in the chat. And I mean, we're right there. And even the people in the chat who've been with us since the beginning, they'll help you. Everybody in the chat is awesome. You know, there's nobody who's going to pick on you for asking a question. Don't feel bad to say, oh, I'm new. I'm only betting like $1. What should I do? You know, blah, blah, blah. Because everybody will help. No one makes fun of you. So don't worry about that crap of other companies where you got to bet $1,000 or $500 a game. We're not like that. So jump on over. College basketball is not my thing this year. So here you go. If you sign up for 4deepbets.com, I actually put out a college basketball play today. I'm not going to give it out. You guys should sign up and you have to get it. I don't put out college basketball often. So come on in, 4deepbets.com. And I'm sure Tommy that I tackled, by the time he wakes up after he hit his head, he will have some plays out also. But come on in, 4deepbets.com, get those plays. Let's move it on to the NHL, Ghost, where you've been just killing it. I mean, we had a little mess up last night on bets that we put in for each other, but hey, it worked. So what do you like tonight? You killed. That was your 3-unit. That was your 3-unit max too to the cash. So
I don't even know what to say about NHL. I've been screaming at the top of my lungs for the past few months. We've been absolutely destroying it. You guys know what I've done with the sport in the past, and this year just blows those out of the water. Every night I feel like we're just finding the right play in the right game, and we're having fun. We're winning. Even when we're losing, we're winning. We're losing minimally. We're just moving on to the next day. We're hitting live to counteract a bad losing pregame, if we even have one. And it's surprising because usually it's the other way around for me, where live is better than pregame. But I mean, live, I think, has been hurting us a little this year. And the one thing that I do want to address is it's been used as an insult in the past of how I like to play juice. I like to play a little heavier juice lines. But I mean, the past 2 nights, to get the team totals that we did on, let's say, the Flyers and the Blue Jackets at minus 180, a 2.5 team total at minus 180. If you guys are scared to play a line like that, then you shouldn't be betting that maybe at all. There's so much we could teach you here about how to manage your bankroll, how to evaluate plays, how to play juice and do it the right way. I went back and looked at my whole sheet of NHL and my plays, and I've made it clear I'm not afraid to play a minus 200 line, a minus 220 line. It's knowing what 220 lines to play, what 200 lines to play, how to allocate your funds to play them. And every line that we've played 200 or more, I think there may have been, it's less than 10% of my total plays, and we're up 22 units on. So you guys can say what you want about playing favorites, playing juice. When you do it right, you win. And that's what we've been doing here. And tonight, I find the Ducks in the same situation where we're able to get their team total at 2.5. It's a little juiced. It's minus 180, but they've played 2 games against the Kraken so far this season. Both games have gone over. They're one of the more surprisingly offensive teams. I like this play here tonight. The Ducks 2.5. If you can only get 3 is fine, because if we win, you push at worst. But guys, come in, get in for the rest of the season for NHL, the playoffs. I could really show you what we do here.
Listen, I have to co-sign that. Ghost has been killing it, and then we've been doing Olympic hockey, right, Ghost, at night. So I mean, we're up in the chat till like 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, doing the Olympic hockey. So I mean, we've been getting that too. So we're all day. We're in there gambling. We're with you guys. We're hanging out. Any questions you need, we're doing it. So I mean, for such a little price to get in on this, it's ridiculous. I mean, I've told friends and everything, even though I give most of them my plays, I'm like, just come in, hang out. So definitely join, guys. I mean, like I said, even if you don't know how to gamble or DFS or anything, I mean, we got plenty of people to help you, walk you through everything. So definitely get in on that right away. So, Ghost, let's move on to the big game. This is it. The big game, Ghost. This is what they call it, the big game. I don't know. Are we allowed to say Super Bowl anymore, or do we have to say like the big game? I know because it's copyright.
I can't wait for Sunday. This is really, there's been one team I've been on all year, whether I've been on them or deciding and analyzing when to be off them and how to play them and how to maneuver around them. And it's the one future I put out back in September, and that was the Rams. I'm not going to give my Rams plays out here because everyone that's been in chat and have been with us from the beginning, they're the ones that are going to ride this home with us. They already have the 12-1 future pending, but there are a lot of props that I usually play, that I like playing, that we can talk about. But I think it starts with where you technically are in terms of the sacks on the game.
I mean, I'm all over that, guys. I've said it before. It's going to be my biggest bet. I actually went to FanDuel early this morning. I put money down on it. I actually got some extra money from my mom. And we played the over 3.5 sacks for the Rams. I can't get enough money on that. I love it. I think it's a great bet. I think they're going to get to him. We talked about this on the Discord. They're going to get sacked. He got 9. I think he was sacked 9 times against the Titans, guys. 9 times. And that front is nowhere as good as the Rams. So I'm loving that prop, guys. I can't get enough money on it. I suggest you guys jump on it too. And I think all three of us are in agreement that Rams defense is going to get to Burrow.
And I agree with you there. And the fact that you and the rest of the guys are on the sack so much, it allows me to kind of pivot some of my plays. I do co-sign it. I do think it's a great play. A few props that I'm looking at is going to be Burrow's interception. I think they're not only going to get to him with the line, but they're going to force him to throw. I expect the Rams to be leading in this game. The Rams have a pick in every game so far this playoffs. They have 4 total picks in 3 games. Jalen Ramsey right now is one of the only D-backs without one. Seeing him plus 500 to get a pick on the game is something I'm going to be on. I like to play a few juice plays more than normal than I do with the Super Bowl. And that leads me to Burrow throwing a pick. The over a half is only minus 140 right now. So those are 2 plays that I'll be on for Sunday.
And we know you're on the Rams. We know you're on the Rams big. You love the Rams in every way. Mr. Constantino, what do you like for the big game?
We were on last night on Voice. Were you on, Bill, at that point? I'm not sure.
Yes.
I may have touched on it last episode, but I'm all in Rams, bro.
Yep.
Love the Rams. I love everything that you guys are saying. And, Bill, I agree with you. I like the sacks. I'm going to play some props, and I hear that you went really heavy on that. 3.5. You obviously need 4, which we should get there. One of the reasons why I do like the Rams is the, pass rush. You're correct. Burrow did get sacked 9 times against Tennessee. I think that they're going to have a hard time here. Rams are amped up. This defense, the team, they're built for this, the Super Bowl. Even on the offensive side, adding OBJ, as much as I hate him, he adds that dynamic, that star power. You see Stafford trusting him in the end zone. But on the defensive side of the ball, obviously, yeah, the best player, in football, arguably, and if not on defense, Aaron Donald putting the pressure up the middle. All the defensive linemen, the nose guard, I forget his name too, Gaines maybe, excellent. And then you got Von Miller off the edge, who's been dialing it up and literally even saying, hey, I was holding back, but now you got me, meaning the Super Bowl MVP, ramping it up. You got Ramsey on the back end, who I love, who I think is just going to lock up Chase. They're going to put pressure on Burrow, which is going to make him get the ball out fast. So if the sack doesn't hit, maybe INTs do. So, Bill, maybe even hedge your bet a little by also betting over Burrow interceptions. Because in my opinion, it's got to be one of the 2, if not both, right? But I love the Rams. And when we get to my UFC today, I did make, my standard UFC bets, but then I did a fun cross-sport parlay, of which I included the Rams in. So nice. I love the Rams, but I'm a money line better, guys. I don't love to lay the minus 200, but I wouldn't lay the points, So I'm going to either incorporate the money line into parlays, maybe even empty my account on the straight bet before the game starts, whatever I have left in it, because I really like them that much. I just think over the course of the game, they're going to be the better team, and I made a bold prediction last night and said I think they're going to win by double digits. I think they're completely better than Cincy, and I love Burrow, and I just think that he turns into a pumpkin.
There's so much public money coming in on the Bengals. It's crazy. I mean,
yes.
it's coming in like crazy. I mean, I just
because he's the it thing. He's the hot quarterback. Girls that don't bet are betting because they love Joe Burrow. It is what it is. I mean, I get it, but I mean, guys, this is a home game for the Rams. Let's not forget that. Okay, they get to sleep in their own beds. Of course, maybe they go to the team hotel and all that bullshit. But this is a fucking home game for them. They know the stadium. They know the turf. Those are little factors that when you're in a game like the Super Bowl, where it's the only game left of the year, you look for every little intangible as possible. And those are intangibles, home game. It's a big deal.
People just think that it's going to be the crowd, and they're like, oh, they don't really have a lot of fans anyway, so it's not going to matter. But exactly what you said, the other intangibles, sleeping in your own bed.
They're in their locker room.
They don't have to move their stuff. They're in their own locker room. They're at home. They know the turf. They know the field. They know the wind. Everything. Listen.
Let me ask you a question, Bill. And Ghost, of course. Anyone that wants to opine on this, but let's say this is, week 9 or week 12. Cincinnati at the Rams. I mean, I'm making that line 6. I mean, honestly, I don't know. Maybe because it's the Super Bowl. Obviously, when you make a line, you want to attract two-way betting. And that's the number that people are two-way betting on because to Bill's point, a lot of money's coming in on the Bengals. But in my opinion, I mean, that line's 6. I mean, I think that the Rams are significantly better. And I'm a big in the trenches guy. I always look at the offensive line matchups that I talk about. And the Rams defensive line graded against the Bengals offensive line in the passing game, the Rams have a 71% advantage. Wow. Now, I track it all year long. And in the 70s is a big fucking deal. So that's a huge advantage on top of everything that we've talked about and them getting sacked by, Tennessee. So they got a great matchup there too. And then on the other side of the ball, the Rams have a two-way offensive line advantage where their run blocking game has an advantage over the Cincy D line against the run. And then their pass blocking against the Cincinnati defense has a plus rating. So that tells me that the Rams are going to be able to move the ball, control the trenches, and they run a lot of sideways misdirection and play action pass, which is going to be a nightmare, in my opinion, for the Bengals to keep up with. So I think the Rams get out in front, they put their foot on the gas, and I think they win by double digits.
I got to agree. And I was against the Bengals against the Titans. That was the one matchup where I thought that they didn't have the edge, and especially on defense. I thought that game, Bill, I talked about it. I thought that game was going to be low scoring. I had that game 27-17 Titans over the Bengals. Ryan Tannehill was a difference in that game. Now you have a Rams matchup where you have Stafford behind center in a worse defensive matchup. I just don't see how the Bengals are going to generate any type of consistent offense other than Stafford and McVay turning the ball over and giving them the ball on the opposite side of the field. For me, this screams, like you said, if this was a regular season game, the spread would be over 6, probably 7, and we'd be buying it down and betting it as heavy as we could. I feel that same sentiment here. I think people are overvaluing the Bengals because it's the Super Bowl itself. Like you said, too, they're going on the road, and this is almost pretty much a home game. It is a home game for the Rams. Yeah. I said on Monday I like the under team total for the Bengals. And if I'm wrong and if I lose, this is a hill that I'm willing to die on.
Does somebody have their mic on or something? I can hear the recording over again. It's weird. Anyway, I like I'm with you on that. Guys, we did a whole thing on Rupp and Rackets the other day, and then we did like 2 hours on Discord of our favorite props. We did all those weird props, Gatorade color, coin toss, first pass. Tommy had a whole bunch. So join, and they're right in there. If you join, they're right in under there underneath Super Bowl bets on our Discord and our webpage. All the weird bets we did, we all have a whole bunch of them. So get in on that. If you're not getting on signing up, you're crazy because it's very cheap. And then we even have 45% off. So get in on that also. I don't know why, you wouldn't be, because we're going to kill this game. There's so many sharp bets on this game. and a lot of leans where we might get lucky on a plus 500 or a plus 1,000 prop that we like. So join now and sign up for everything. Sign up for Monkey Knife Fight too. Again, Mike, you killed Monkey Knife Fight again last week. I forgot all about it, and I looked in my account, and I said, holy shit, we won. Mike, you're muted.
When you were saying it was echoing, I just shut the mic just in case it was me. I said I wound up breaking about even there, Monkey Knife Fight, so I don't want to false lead.
Oh,
here.
really? I saw.
Yeah. I wound up breaking even. We hit the big one, but I lost.
That maybe that's why I saw more money than I had.
Well, my line moved, and that's what I'm saying. I won it. Maybe you won it, but then the line jumped. Remember, somebody in the chat wrote it. So you either won or you lost like 0.5 units on Monkey Knife Fight.
Okay.
Because one of the lines got away. But
all right. Yeah, no, I saw more money than I put in, so I figured that we won.
But to Bill's point, not only do we love it, we crush it every sport. Football has been like easy pickings. UFC, I've been, on it every week. I would say, obviously, we've won way more than we lost. But, to the point where probably like 60, 70% even, winning on it. So,
yeah, guys, get in on that. Even if you're not signed up for us, just go to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code 4DEEP100. That's 4DEEP100. You'll get 100% deposit bonus up to $100. So get in on that now. We're going to have Super Bowl bets for Monkey Knife Fight. So, and I'm also trying to figure out some golf. They have golf. So I got to talk to Price Wallace and Tommy about the golf to see if we can get some of that in. And we got NASCAR next week. So NASCAR starts up. That's huge. We love that. We do that on everything. DFS NASCAR with Trevor. He kills it. Trevor and I are also thinking about having a show for NASCAR starting next week with Daytona. So definitely join up. You're missing all the
I got the best name for the NASCAR show.
Are you going to tell us? What was it?
Start Your Engines with Bill and the Goat.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Thank you.
Listen, that's a good name.
I like it.
I mean, Trevor, there you go. Starting Your Engines. There we go.
We're Rupping the Goat or Goat and Rupp. Yep, I love it.
I like it. I like it a lot. So,
Evan, take a note of Evan.
Yeah. So, Mike, let's move on to the MMA this week. Good card, correct? Good fights?
I'm really excited about it. There's 15 fights tomorrow. Big treat. Weigh-ins, obviously, stuff everybody has to make weight. Rematch between Adesanya and Whitaker. You got Derek Lewis on it. We always love, some decent undercard fights. Got some fun stuff. Last Friday, we swept our bets here. The free Stay Cashin bets. We won on Philip Rowe. We won inside the distance on him, which was our straight bet. And then we hit our parlay, which was the main event Strickland, who I've loved. And we had him parlayed with Alexis Davis, who I knew since I cornered against her with Amanda Nunes. And, we went 3-0 on those picks. One was a parlay, one was a straight, and we continued our winning ways on the free bets. And, you get all the bets, all the DraftKings selections with the betting blueprint when you're a 4Deep member. So use RUP 20. And
no, it's RUP 45 now. RUP 45. Tell them, guys.
We'll do RUP everything. And make sure you get over there. But I love the card. We're going to have a lot of bets tomorrow, a lot of Monkey Knife Fight. And if you want to get into it right now, we'll give you some free here. All right, so right in the hot hand, I'm going to open it up a little bit. And we're going to do a straight bet, which is an underdog. We're going to do a parlay, which gets us plus money. And then we're going to do a weekend extravaganza parlay where we'll take all the UFC bets and put it with the Rams on the money line tomorrow and take back plus 680.
Wow.
So, yeah, why not, right? Let's rock.
Let's go. Let's go for it.
An underdog bet. Okay, an underdog bet. We're going to go with Jacob Malkoon, and I got him at plus 105. So it's just right around the pick'em line. MGM had a minus 110. FanDuel had plus 105. DraftKings 102. So it's somewhere in that neighborhood, but I always give you guys what I bet. And I got it at 105 on FanDuel. So even at pick'em, even at minus 110, the bet is still live. I like them. But try to, shop the line, if you will.
Yeah, he's 102 now, Mike, on FanDuel. He must have just
minus or plus?
Plus 102.
Okay, so 3 cents off from what I got. It's still available then, at plus EV, which is what you'd want to grab if it's out there. So check all your resources. We just signed an affiliate deal with BetUS. They're offering 125% deposit bonus. And I know Evan put the banner earlier. Definitely take advantage of that. I'm going to specifically release some BetUS specific bets this weekend, after we spoke to them. And I'm going to look for the advantageous lines, because I've noticed that they were off like 10, 15 cents, which led to the discussion of us even getting them as an affiliate, because you always want the ability to shop your lines and get the best lines that are out there. So take advantage of all of our affiliate deals, and you'll get deposit matches. So you're essentially getting, free money to deposit there. So shop your lines. So Malkoun, he's going to be his third fight in the UFC. His first fight, he got starched by Philip Hawes and got knocked out within 20 seconds or less. Then he came back and he had a great victory over Razak Al Hassan, who's like a heavy-handed striker, kicker, and judo black belt. And Malkoun, dominated. He took him down 8 times. So that first fight, I kind of chalk up to maybe some UFC jitters. And he's fighting a guy here who is a knockout striker who fits the pedigree of his first 2 opponents. But I don't like his strength of competition. I don't think he beat anybody with a winning record. Everybody has recency bias because he just performed well on the Dana White Contender Series and starched the guy with a knockout. So Malkoun faced this type of fighter 2 fights in a row. And his last body of work, and this being his third UFC fights, leads me to believe he's going to be able to keep the distance, get the fight to the ground, and gas out Dobson and get the victory. Malkoun is also a training partner of Robert Whittaker, which is interesting, and being on the card. I'm sorry, Adesanya, and he's on the card. So like him, plus 105, that's our straight bet. And then our parlay, we're going to start with the first fight of the night, which is Jeremiah Wells. Jeremiah Wells is a fighter I'm familiar with. He fought for me at Cage Fury a couple times. He made his UFC debut when we were on him at plus over 200, and he knocked out Worley Alves. And this is his first fight back since. And this is another one of those interesting fights. He's fighting another one of Adesanya's teammates, and his name is Blood Diamond. From like a diamond mine in Africa. And legally, if you go on DraftKings, they have him listed as Blood Diamond. His real name is Mike Mathesis or something along those lines, but it's either Mike Mathesis or Blood Diamond, how he's being recognized. And he's a kickboxer. He's an Adesanya teammate. He had over 100 kickboxing matches, but he's only 3-0 in MMA. And I did watch some tape on him, and I'm just not really that impressed with him. And Wells is a black belt. He's training with Sean Brady and Paul Felder and all those guys out of Daniel Gracie down in Philly. And he's tough and he hits hard. And I think he gets the job done. He's over a 200 favorite. So we got value by putting him in a parlay with another fighter who I like, which is Bobby King Green. We all know him. Very, very good, well-rounded, a little bit of a decision machine, but he's got plus wrestling, good striking. He's like, I would say over 20 fights UFC experience. I love that matchup for Bobby Green. He's fighting Nasrat Haqparast, who, in my opinion, is a striking, dominant fighter. He doesn't wrestle much. So I think Bobby Green's going to control the striking, and if he decides to wrestle, get the fight to the ground. And due to the way that Green performed against Fiziev, who is the striking coach at Tiger Muay Thai, I just think that he'll be able to control this fight and get the job done. So by packaging Bobby Green with Jeremiah Wells, we take back plus 140. So our official free bets here for Stay Cashin, we have Malkoun plus 105 in a straight bet. And then we have Bobby Green in a parlay with did I say his name wrong? Hold on a second. I got to check my notes. Jeremiah Wells and Bobby Green plus 140. And then we have Malkoun plus 105. And then I'm going to put all of them together. Jeremiah Wells, Bobby Green, and Malkoun. And I'm going to add the Rams on the money line. And we're going to do a parlay for plus 640.
Wow.
So those are the picks.
Nice. That's nice. Is the Derek Lewis fighting the guy who drinks out of his shoe?
He is tied to Ivasa. Yes.
That's going to
Lewis is about a -1. I like Lewis in the fight. and we'll probably wind up on him. So that's an official lean here. He's minus 185, but by knockout, which is definitely, the most likely outcome, you still have to lay money, and he's minus 120. Fight to end inside the distance is in this minus 650 neighborhood. Tuivasa got good, strong leg kicks, and Lewis is susceptible at them, but I think that Lewis knocks his block off. Didn't make it an official bet yet, but most likely we'll end up on him.
Awesome. I can't wait. Guys, another reason to get in for 4deepbets.com. Mike gives out all of his plays. He does a betting blueprint for every fight for the DFS too. And he does a show before the on Discord before the fights, so that he goes over every fight and he talks about it and goes over and answers anybody's questions in the chat as he goes on. So if you have any questions about all that, he answers it as he does each fight, which is great. So if you need any help on any of that, he does that. Evan.
Well, hold on, Bill. So for those of you that aren't members yet, we're running a Super Bowl special this week. So for only $27, you're going to get an entire week of everyone's bets. That's every handicapper, every sport. You're going to get into the Super Bowl party on Sunday. We're doing over $1,000 in cash and prize giveaways, including memberships, merch, upgrades, guest appearances at our events. But $27, great deal, but you'll also get my UFC. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up today. $27, you'll get every bet, college, NBA, whatnot, but you'll also get to see my UFC betting blueprint, get all the Monkey Knife Fight plays, and then Super Bowl giveaways, etc. So great opportunity.
Ghost, anything you want to add about the Super Bowl party? Anything, like that we missed, or anything, like specials or anything? Ghost, you're on mute.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
We have the box pools. I will be drawing the numbers for the free 4 deep one tomorrow, as well as the paid one that I did personally. We'll have all that out. Everything will be taken care of for tomorrow.
Awesome. Evan.
Yep.
Anything else on Bet US? I know it was a new customer of ours.
Yeah, all the links are in the bio, and they're on our Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff, too, if you want to sign up. 125% deposit bonus, as well as a $500 risk-free bet for the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Jeez.
That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
And, Ev, what about that other one with the sweatshirt, the 3 things that you were talking about on Wednesday?
Yeah, that might I don't know. The rules were that they were supposed to be here in the chat. So, I mean, I drew one. It's Sean Brown. Cubbies 03 was his username. If you're here, then go ahead and comment, but it might take a while.
And we'll do it again. Let's do it again for next Friday. We'll do it again as well, and we'll communicate that. So, Sean, if you're here, you're the winner. If not, Evan, we'll do it again regardless next week. So you could either pick another winner if Sean's not here, or whatever you want to do, but we'll do it again on Friday.
Yep. Scott, yes, Mike definitely will have a lean on the Whitaker Adesanya fight, but you have to join 4deepbets.com to find out what it is.
$27, no-brainer.
Yes, so there you go. Mike just gave a better deal than the 45% off. So that wraps about up, guys. We're going to have a great Super Bowl. We're going to have a good party. Come on in Discord. We'll be there all day. We'll probably be there all weekend because we have basketball, hockey, MMA till like 1 a.m. And then we're going to do it all again on Sunday. So join up now. Ghost, any final words?
Nothing from me today, Bill Rupp.
Okay, Ghost. Mike, anything from you?
Ship the sherbet on the Rams. Rams money line.
There you go, guys. You heard it. Ev.
Sign up for Bet US. Link in bio.
There you go, guys. That Bet US is a great deal. I mean, Jesus. Yeah, and for me, I got nothing. Just join up right now, guys. Get everything in. Get in the Monkey Knife Fight. Get in on all the other things we got. Sign up for the $27 that Mike said for the weekend and everything. It's great. So that's about it for Mike, Evan, Ghost, and Tommy G, who was here before. I am Bill Rupp. Let's go!